able to bring you a quick and easy tutorial for the perfect Christmas gift that you can make for anyone on your list. It's great for a hostess gift, it's great for your mother, your mother-in-law, really anyone with a couch. So that's most people. It's really easy to make and it'll cost you less than $10, which to me is perfect. A little bit of time, a little bit of money, and the perfect gift altogether. There's nothing better. Your supplies for this project are the tracers that you can download, a girly pillowcase from IKEA, and the matching insert that goes with it, a pair of scissors and some tape so that you can put your large size tracers together, your Marvy U Cheetah fabric markers, a pencil, and a water-based marker pen. Those are optional supplies, and then a light table and a ruler are also optional supplies. But your must-haves are the tracers, some tape, your markers, scissors, and your pillow with the insert, of course. You're going to use the girly, sounds very cute, girly pillowcase from IKEA. There are quite a few different options of pillowcases there, but this one has the easiest surface to write on. There's a little bit of texture to it, so it's a touch tricky, but of all the ones they have, this one is definitely the easiest. And between this and the pillow insert, you're looking at less than $10, so it's beautiful. When you get your pillowcase, you're going to want to iron it because it has quite distinct folds. So once you have it all nicely ironed, you are ready to go. This is after ironing. There's still folds in it, but that's okay. Now, a few things you want to pay attention to are where the zipper is. The zipper should be at the bottom, so closest to you, and also where the tag is. You usually want to try to put the tag on the back side. So that should be down towards the desk, on the ground, or yeah, probably not working on the ground, but on your desk with the zipper closest to you. Now I have created some already hand lettered templates for you to use to make the perfect pillow. So there's Merry and Bright, Let It Snow, which would be super cute with snowflakes all around it. There is Holiday Cheer. Like that would be great if you brought the pillow with some wine, and Merry Christmas. So all of those are available for you as your free printables, and you can either do them small like this or you can do a larger size one. I'm going to use one of the larger size ones for this tutorial so that I can fill this space nicely and get as much bang for my pillow as possible. So the larger size tracers come in two pieces. And when you put those two pieces together, it's going to fill a lot more of your pillow. One of the sheets has a dotted line on it, and then the other one has a solid line. You're going to cut along the dotted line and then attach the two together. Once you have it all lined up, all taped together, it's time for you to slide it inside your pillow. Now, if I do a piece without having this piece of paper in the middle, I always like to take a large 11 by 17 piece of paper and put it inside the pillow so that there's no bleed through. But because we're going to be using this inside the pillow, this will catch any bleed through that might happen. I'm going to slide it in and get it right in the middle of the pillow. If you want, you can eyeball getting it in the center, or you can always use a quick ruler just to make sure that you do have it centered. Let's see. So my lettering is up higher, but then I have the flourish underneath. So it's a matter of how I want to balance that. Now I'm using a light box behind because that will help me to be able to see the design through. If you don't have a light box, I know that some people will just use a clear plastic crate with a flashlight or with your iPhone light underneath, or you can always use your iPad and just set it onto a notes page and keep it locked there. If you don't have a nice big light table like this, you might want to first trace the design with something like this washable fabric marker. So this just washes away with water, and it's a quilting marker. And then once you have a quick outline, you can come back with your marker and color it in. This one will wash off with water. You can also use a pencil, but a pencil doesn't wash away in the same way. So you would need to make sure you're completely precise with all of your lines and that you're going over this with black, because if you go over it with a color, it's going to set the pencil into your actual pillow. You can see a little bit of the design without using the light box. So if you're saying, well, I don't have a clear plastic box, I don't want to go through all that trouble. If you're using the white girly pillowcase, you can see through. So that is a bonus. I'll turn the light box back on just to make it easier. Now, I'm going to be using the Marva Uchida fabric marker, and I really like these for two reasons. Because number one, they go on really nicely. And number two is they come in a 6-pack. So as I'm working, I can rotate through multiple markers to make sure that they're always fresh, because sometimes if you use a marker too much, it starts to not be as concentrated. It's not quite as black, but I will just cap that one and then move on to the next, and I cycle through them, and it makes it so much easier, especially if I'm doing multiple pillows for multiple gifts or just for multiple gifts for myself. When you're going through to do your design, I like to push the pen away from my body so that I can make sure that I'm holding on to the pillow so that it won't slip. And this does take a little bit longer, of course, but I find that it just helps me from getting those little mistakes that are, I would like to say, are pretty much my trademark. Now, as you're coloring it in, I naturally will start to get the pen to the side like I'm holding a brush marker, but for something like this, especially because of the texture of the pillow itself, it really helps on your edge lines and even in the center to hold the pen upright. That will help you get those really, really crisp lines and not get the edge of that pen accidentally touching somewhere on your pillow. So go through the entire thing. Because I'm right-handed, I start at the top left-hand side and work my way across and color it in slowly. Remember that as your marker starts to fade, that's when you just want to cap it, put that one to the side, and pick up the next one. Sometimes it's almost so slow that you don't see it happening. Like as your jeans get too tight and then suddenly you realize that you can no longer breathe while you're wearing them. That's why I just like to wear sweatpants. But as soon as you notice that it's not as black as it was at the beginning, cap that marker and start with a new one. Now, as you're going through the design, if you don't get your line in the exact same place as the tracer, that's not a big deal. Just, I would highly suggest trying to get your downstrokes to be the same thickness. So those are all the thick lines should be about the same thickness. And then your upstroke should be about the same thinness. So those are all of the thin lines when your pen is moving away from you. Go through, do take your time to do this because I promise it will pay off in the end. If you are really covering up all of those spots so that you're getting really nice black coverage, then you can probably only do one coverage with your pen. But if I go fast, I like to go back a second time to get a second layer on there to make sure my black is super crisp and super clean and super clear. We want this to look not like it was something handmade, but it was like it was something you bought in a store, just better. now that the design is fully finished and I've gone over it quite a few times as I was drawing it so that most of the spaces are quite colored in, I like to turn off the background light because that lets me see a little bit more of what the design actually looks like, and it can help me catch any areas where the black is not perfectly black. Now, the nice thing about these markers is that you only need to make sure that you wait 24 hours before you wash the pillow. You don't need to do any special ironing or anything like that. It's set, it's ready to go, and it's ready to be gifted. Just slide the tracer out. You're gonna stick your pillow insert in, and you have the perfect Christmas pillow. IKEA has really nice inserts that fit perfectly inside this pillow. How are you even supposed to pronounce these? Thankfully, I can just link to it. So there's a link, but it's fridge dryer. There. I mean, that makes perfect sense, right? So shove this inside and you are ready to go to the races or the party. It's the most graceful pillow stuffing I've ever seen. Get it up into the corners. Zip it shut. And you have your perfect Christmas pillow. There are those 4 designs, so pick your favorites, get your pens out, and get ready to start your own hand-lettered pillow.